Terve!
Terve!
Moi!
We're That Serious 3000 and now we're gonna explain you how our album is in detail, track by track.
Track
By track.
track.
By track. Crack. By crack.
Well, we got this album Get Serious, and the first song is She Was a Woman, and that just kind of happened like we came over here and we built our gear into the cabin and started jamming, and that's how it happened actually. And
Yeah, it was quite the first song we did.
Yep.
the very first one. Yeah.
It was like a riff based on a Rhodes piano kind of thing, and then we started jamming on it and it started to happen. How about the lyric though?
Well, basically the thing is that we weren't really a band at
that time,
time.
yeah.
Remember, we took a break. We just like played around. We had the verse, riff, and then the chorus, and then we didn't really know what we were doing or what was happening.
Yeah.
And then I just had this like I always knew that it would come down to this, down to this, down to this, down to this, down to this. Just kept going around my head, and then I sang it through, and guys liked it, and
Yeah.
so forth.
So it became a song.
Yeah, our very, very first song. Fictive story, but it does have a lot of connection to my relationships. It kind of got this quite cartoonish contrast in that song.
Yeah. I was a woman,
she was a boy.
I land in a hole, I dug it myself with my bare hands through the frozen mud under the sand.
The whole.
The whole.
It has a lot to do with where we are, being away from all the hassle in the forest.
You live your life like you're supposed to live it, like clean and super zen and all that stuff, and getting frustrated in that space, and then just, I don't know, rolling back to the town, then go and you know, recover in that safe haven, like the city and the forest.
Long day, here I can play.
Mushrooms.
Mushrooms.
What was the original name?
It's the Latin name of the magic mushroom, which is the most common in Finland, and the best magic mushroom there is, in my opinion.
That was just a jam. It became an instrumental song because we wanted to have some kind of a little break on the album.
Yeah, I think there's at least 3 drug-related songs in the album.
Which is less than expected.
Less than expected. Yeah, hands down.
Wasn't that the second song that we made?
Could have even been the first because the riff came before anything.
Yeah, it was first. Yeah.
Yes, I'm pretty sure it came like the first or the second night. We made Woman first, you know, like as a real song, but then actually we sort of like found out that there's a great riff that didn't exit our heads yet.
Yeah.
Had to be recorded and put down as a real tune. It was really slow first, actually. I remember watching the video. It was super slow.
It's true.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And then we made it a little. Yeah.
That bridge part.
It's in 6.
Yeah, it goes in 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was first it was 7 or 5.
Oh, really?
And then we changed it to 6.
True, yeah, we had it.
Oh.
It went through a few. We have enough songs that are 5 and 7 and shit. I mean, let's just, you know, make normal songs also.
It's tricky stuff.
It is porn.
Again, from my own experience.
Oh, nice.
Once in my life, I have had sex. I once met a girl that was really. Well, I was kind of living my rock and roll dream and being all experienced and stuff, and then I met the girl that was not. And then I was like, really, like, yeah, I'm gonna teach you shit. And like, really quickly, it just turned totally upside down.
That's interesting. So what happened? Can you give us details?
Oh God! Oh God! She was really nice person.
Okay.
Cool.
She had very nice lungs.
That is bottle.
Yay!
It's about drinking, right?
It's about drinking. It's a song about alcoholism, and I had a close person in my life that just kind of decided to do that instead of you know, supporting a family, and you know, he had everything, but then he just chose this way of just drinking himself away, and that's what his own father did as well.
That's some serious crap.
It's a choice.
Yeah.
I mean, well, of course, it's a sickness as well, but... Fuck. A couple of riffs in my head that I had tried to play on acoustic guitar to make like a solo piece really came across really fast that this is not gonna work out. Like, it has way too much this kind of punk energy for me to play it on acoustic guitar. If I would have that kind of song in my set, I would break my hands playing that hard. It always had this band sound in my mind.
Yeah.
I gotta say, what I love about it is basically the middle part of the song is a drum and bass solo. How do your fingers get along with it?
It's like playing with what's that kitchen tool that you grind the cheese with? Cheese grinder. Because you have the bass strings which are not like flat, so you're grinding your fucking fingers off every time you play it. It's painful.
It's painful, so you like it.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, nice. The stories again, same relationship shit.
Relationships are good for music.
They just keep giving.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the next song is The Girl and the Moon.
We called it Masturbation.
Oh, was
Yeah,
it?
masturbation.
It's the most beautiful song ever written about masturbation.
Yeah.
Female masturbation.
Exactly. I don't know why it sort of turned into this masturbation crap, but
Of course.
maybe in your head as usual.
It was just so pretty, and I love it when it has an angle. In this case, it's a beautiful love song.
Slender fingers on the keyboard.
Yeah. And
What were you thinking, man?
oh yeah, my friend asked me like, what's happening in the song? Like, first the girl's in the bed, but on the second verse she's playing the keyboards. So I Won't Stop My Dance.
It was a song that started with the riff by you.
I've had that kind of sketch of that song for years. I mean, I remember having it like, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago. I was never able to finish it. I was kind of trying to make this percussive arrangement of that song, but it didn't really ever come together.
That was very easy when we started to play that song. We didn't have to sort of like rehearse or anything like that. Oh, it was just like, let's just put it down.
I was in the forest and I came with a bag full of mushrooms to the Savupirtti, and you guys were already recording the drums there. You had the guitars down and you were beating the drums there, and I was just like, okay, well, this is a good song.
It has that Stuart Copeland kind of feel. And it took a while for me to actually play it down because it was a bit tricky, but otherwise then everything else was really easy. And the arrangement was really easy to do because it didn't have any weirdness to it or anything. It was pretty straightforward, you know, rock pop song. And it's also quite a short song.
I was playing the guitar later on in Helsinki at my own studio. It's just one single take, but I recorded that take for about 2 hours because I wanted it to be like as good as your track. So, but it you know, at some point it just felt like, okay, now it's done. So, Bleed Out.
I was playing that song for maybe a couple of years, maybe 3 years on my own. And I had the chords that I really fell in love with, and you know, that only the theme that it has to be about drugs. I actually felt that probably this song will never get released anywhere. I was messing around with it for you, and you were sort of like, okay, we can actually pick this up and we can do something with it. And that's where it started actually. And then I think you made a killer lyric to it. How do you say? Arvokas. It's really hard in English, but
Yeah.
but it became arvokas then.
Yeah. It was pretty weird because it's I love the chords, but they're so complex that I was not able to even pick them up at first. Like in the end, the song itself, it doesn't really have a lot of guitar. I played a lot of guitar on it and just started muting everything. The thing is, like, when we came here, it was not that long ago since I had stopped being pretty wasted myself. You know, to be honest, like, I had a few rock and roll years, like I said earlier, and that was, like, looking back at all that stuff, like, it was really drawn from my memories of really like waking up at my apartment like, what the hell is happening?
Last Shore. Well, basically that was me playing acoustic guitar in one of the most beautiful places I've ever been, in this tiny village in north of Norway. After the long hike I came back. I was tired as fuck, and then I just sat down. I couldn't move anymore. I just took the guitar and looked out of the window to the mountains and started to fool around with some chords. And
that was a really good, already like a really good arrangement and a song, but
Yeah.
it just needed like a melody and a lyric. And
It was really, I think the feel is so strong on it. It's the,
Yeah.
I had this image of what you said about the fjords and the Norway's landscape, and it just felt so, you know, it's eternal. It just goes on forever, and it just gave this feeling of the last shore that you will ever find, like the final place where the world ends. And then it kind of flipped this story of you know, two people breaking up. I once broke up with my ex-girlfriend. I kind of wrote that song like, those words were what I would have liked to hear from her.
but you didn't.
But I did not hear.
Sitting still, a broken soul without a will. It used to be great, but now you're ill. With a need.
Break the chain.
I did it yesterday. I'm talking about the chain of the days of like violent drinking.
Yeah, I think that was what we had our second sessions.
Yeah.
And it was so that Tapia was not yet here. You came here like 1 or 2 days later, and we were setting up all the gear and we jammed around, and
Yeah.
then we came up with this different. I think like you basically wrote the verse, the modern.
Yeah. Okay, so that was the first song of that session. Yeah. I had the riff with the roads. That's how it started. I had the riff. You picked it up right away. That's gonna be a good song. And then I sort of continued it. And then of course, as it was me who was playing the first initial thing, I had to put some super complex chords to it. And you picked them up as well, and you said they were good. And then we started jamming. You play guitar, and they were actually nicely done with the guitar as well. They were. I mean, it was. You were able to pull them off with the guitar, and it became this pre-chorus or a bridge part, whatever you want to call it, that has a bass solo.
Bass solo.
Yeah, beautiful.
I have
bass
to
solo.
admit that till that day I hated bass solos, especially playing bass solos. But yeah, then that was the first time I really found the chorus and the delay for electric bass, which I hated before. But well, they're in the right place in that song.
Yeah, definitely.
Exactly.
It has that kind of trippy. How would I say? That kind of like it's very. You know, you would expect that kind of shit from Michael Landau's records.
good. We were here, and I remember having this late night moment. I don't know what was happening. You guys were warming up the sauna or something. I was playing with my acoustic guitar in the kitchen or over there, and I got this riff and this kind of chords and something like that, something like this. I started writing it through, and pretty much what I wrote through, like on the very first time, is it's all there, like as it is, basically. And then, like the next morning, we sat down, like, well, could this be something? And it took off from there.
Yeah, that was actually one of those riffs that were written here. It was also one of those very sweet, easy to do kind of songs for us. The guitar was there from the beginning, so it was easy to build on it.
Yeah, it's pretty straightforward.
As far as the lyrics go,
same relationship shit.
relationship crap.
Yeah, exactly. It's about it's about two people not being able to communicate, and it just creates all this fucking tension. Why can't we all just get along?
Yeah.
You know, it's not a bad thing if somebody says something bad, but it's,
yeah, exactly. Nobody means bad.
Yeah,
Nobody never
yeah.
means bad. That's the point.
Yeah.
And you have to sort of keep that in mind when you communicate with people. I think it's one of the easiest songs on the album.
Yeah.
That's actually the last song of the album, but it is kind of wrapping it up as far as it being so easy and sort of like, okay, we all come back to this sort of quite simple point and end the record in a sense, and then we start doing other stuff. There is a trick for you waiting in the end.
True.
Lopussa kiitos seisoo. Lopussa tulee tähtipölyä.
But yeah, it's about drugs.
Once again, here we go. It's about drugs. I'm sure.
And beautiful penis.
She had a beautiful penis. I had a lot of what do you call, like,
Come.
maybe. I always knew that he would come. The things you lose are often things that you miss.
Mä otan tän aseen.
Se on hyvä.
Oh, let the rain come on down. I won't stop my dance. I won't stop my dance.